So as we now move into the 27th of January, towards the last week of January, so the 27th to the 31st, we get to now prepare for what is our first new moon within the Capricorn sign. This is going to be within the gate 19. The gate 19 is amazing. The gate 19 is going to be an energy that just amplifies feeling, sensitivity, emotion, really working with things. We have a lot of movement that's happening all at the same time. Saturn's actually going to be moving out of the gate 63 and into the gate 22. This is massive because the gate 22 is quite significant for the transformation within kind of on a very internal level, kind of almost like on the rewriting of our light language within our DNA to reinstate ourselves kind of as the cosmic humans that we were meant to be. So as Saturn moves into the gate 22, the gate 22 is revolutionary on a lot of levels. I do invite you, if you have dove into some of the gene keys, if you have Richard Rudd's book on the gene keys, I really, really, really invite you. If there were two gates or keys that I would invite you to read, it would be the 22 and the 55. I feel that these two gates are the pinnacle of the story of what is happening to us right now. And both of these are Piscean gates. Both of these are going to be energies that are really talking about the evolution of us as a root race, the evolution of us as evolving into a brand new species. So as Saturn moves into this, what were we saying about Saturn? Capricorn is connected to Saturn. What does Saturn give us the opportunity to do within this watery energy of the gate 22 is to basically start to soften some of the places we have maybe had rigidity. This is going to be here until March 16th. So as Saturn moves into the gate 22, there's really quite almost an entire month and a half, it looks like, or to really work with this vibrational energy of Saturn in the gate 22. We're going to have Mercury catching up to Pluto during this week. So remember, Pluto is basically conjunct with the sun right now. The sun's going to be moving on. Mercury's catching up with Pluto. Mercury's going to have that impulsive energy. Pluto, on a huge level, wherever it is on your chart, is offering you the opportunity to really unearth the most beautiful treasures within yourself. So at this time, what is Mercury going to be kind of downloading as a transmission for you of what messages do you need to hear? Now, within this, as we move past that, this is the Mercury Pluto is happening just right as we're coming into this new moon of sensitivity. I'm just going to be straight out, you guys. Be mindful of being overly emotional, crying, having maybe just these little restructures, or maybe even feeling like a little bit of a mini rebirth or breakdown within this time. Because again, the gate 19 is intense. It has an emotive energy to it. It's so sensitive that if the blanket doesn't feel quite right, can't touch it. If the texture of the food's not quite right, no, right? It's like the gate 19 has this ability to have this reading of energy, but it's really needing a lot of discernment in there, because on a shadow level, it can really feel overly sensitive to the things that are outside in other people's dreams. And we want to remember that we're recreating our energy into being in alignment to our dream. Now, as we get towards the end of the gate 19, this is huge. Uranus is going to go direct. And it's going to end the retrograde that it's going to be in the gate 23. The gate 23 is really going to be inspiring some maybe some ideas, some different ways in how to assimilate some of these ideas into creation. Mercury with Pluto might be downloading these ideas. Uranus starting to go direct might give you the opportunity with how to actually put those into action. Pluto at this time on the 30th, this is where it is going to also move into the same energy of the Capricorn gate 41. So it's going to go out of the gate 60 into the gate 41. Now, I don't mean to pop bubbles, but here is the dance that Pluto's going to do. I spelled it out for us right here. So on the 30th, Pluto is going to finally get out of that energy of the gate 60 and move into the gate 41. But guess what? It'll be there until August 20th. Then it's gonna be going into a retrograde. The retrograde starts a little bit before then. And then by August 20th, it's gonna actually in that retrograde at that time dip back into the gate 60. So we're gonna feel it pull us back into the gate 60 one more time until December 5th, when it finally gets back into the gate 41, and it will forever leave the gate 60 behind for the next 240 some years until it makes its way back around the wheel again. So we will officially be done. This last year and a half has been this massive dance with the gate 60 in Pluto. We're finally by December going to feel the energy for reals of the gate 41 hooking us in, and that will be our gate for quite a significant amount of time. Even the retrogrades are all going to be dancing in the gate 41. So this is huge, you guys. 2025 is the year where we really see the official letting go of the gate 60 as far as Pluto goes. Within this, the gates of the nodes on the 31st, so at the end of the gate 19, so just right after the new moon, we're going to see the nodes going from the gate 2546, and then they're going to shift to the gate 36. And this is going to happen until just before the summer solstice. So this is until June 14th. So there's where that gate 36 is going to click into place with the north node starting on the 31st. And then the dance continues on. Please know that even already in this time, I just want to highlight up here, Venus has already been sitting up in the gate 36. So that's why I'm saying this whole time since that oh my goodness mark on the chart that I had, the gate 36 is in play, and it is going to remain in play. And you can see no matter what, the nodes are going to keep it locked in as a theme until June 14th. So this is huge. At this particular time, this is where the sun, starting with the node change, is actually going to start to move into the Delphinus constellation. So we are going to get that vibration and that energy of the dolphin and the dolphin stellar nation. So just very quickly with the gate 19, this again is yet another root center energy, right? So as we get to hold this vibrational energy, remember this one's very sensitive though. It has a huge sensitive energy. It's a need for emotional honesty. It's a need to have things feel right, to be right, the energy to be just right. And again, this can be almost to the detriment of some individuals, that if the texture of the food isn't right, or if the texture of the fabric isn't right, it's like they can't settle within, because it can be this. But what it is it starts to allow us to recognize the absolute minute details of what we can really start to create through this crystal template, that if we actually surrender to the gate 19, to the oversensitivity to the Christ consciousness, to the crystal river spiral, right? So that we became overly sensitive, if you will, to anything anti-Christic, that we could easily start to find ourselves saying, and I don't know, if you have grandkids or kids or someone in your reality, or maybe this is actually part of your template of, it's like you might be feeding them something and they're just like, oh no, I don't want to eat that. Well, imagine if we had that level of just sensitivity, or call it discipline or whatever, that if something was anti-Christic to us, that we would be the same thing, where we'd be like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to eat that. It's too squishy, or it's too this, or it's too that, where we would recognize that we are truly having the ability to, through our own choices, shift the narrative on planet Earth. Here's a secret, you guys. We think a lot of times that there's these large corporations that are controlling us. And even though it might seem like that, but guess what? They will make whatever you buy. They are going to focus on whatever people are buying. And if we actually start to get so sensitive that we say no to these certain things and yes to these other things that start to align to what we want to be as a future human being, guess what? There's going to be new things created in the reality that are going to support those very things. And how can we start to create that? Remember, Pluto is going to be in the gate 41, a fantasy of how do we start to materialize those step by step by step by step. And I will say to each and every one of us, it is our daily thoughts, it is our daily intentions, and it is our daily uh be it our integrities, be it whatever it is that we are consenting to interact with in the reality, that is actually creating the next steps for what the template of the stream will be. So if our thoughts will not entertain gossip, if we start to get so sensitive that we say no, I will not entertain gossiping about another person. I will not entertain talking down about another person, regardless of what is going on in the paradigm, that we just start to say, no, I'm pulling out of that energy and I'm pulling out of this energy. And no, I'm not going to sit and go on and on and on with the soap opera drama about this story or that story. That we start to actually, in our own way, pull our currency back from the victim victimizer programs and from the things that are perpetuating all of these catastrophic energies. And as we start to attune our energy, we will find that we can choose where to flow our currency. Even if we feel like we can't choose a lot of things in the physical reality, guess what? You have the right to choose where you flow the currency of your consciousness. And that is the first stepping stone that we can really start to work with. So this is going to be huge for the new moon, you guys, as we get to meditate within this one.